So just in time for Christmas, I'm giving you the very best recipe for starting a prospecting conversation on LinkedIn. Take notes. So we all know that pitch slapping is wrong. Obviously, if you don't know, pitch slapping is this unholy practice of connecting with somebody on LinkedIn and immediately presenting them with an offer, with a pitch. So if that's wrong, what is right? Now, some people take it all the way to the other extreme by going all rapporty and networking and going on virtual coffees and so on. And then inevitably, they're going to end up evicted because they're not making any money because of all that networking that they're doing. So what's a good middle ground? There must be a middle ground here somewhere. So before we get into that, we have to cover a few basics. And that is that only about, let's say, 2 to 5% of your target audience actually have a problem that you can help them with, that is painful enough for them that you would be a good solution for them at this very point. And out of those 2 to 5%, only about 20% you will realistically sell, because otherwise they're going to go with a competitor or they will have a homegrown solution to the problem and so on. So only about, let's say, to 20%. So that's a total of 1% of your entire addressable market will actually realistically convert with you. So what can we do to not annoy the 95% of our target audience while we are doing prospecting with them? Because of course, a no at this point is a not yet. We don't know when they will become ready to work with us. And we don't want the relationship to start on a bad note because we've pitch slapped them or we've done another thing that is just unpleasant. So we need to figure out a way that will allow us to polarize our audience in a positive way. Only keep the suitable people with us, all the while not annoying the unsuitable ones by pitching them right out of the gate. And it has to also be efficient so that we can churn out those first messages at a relatively fast rate. Now, I found a way to avoid being annoying is, instead of pitching, is to simply ask a question that is related to our field of offers, that is field of services, and that in combination with your headline on LinkedIn will make it very clear to people what you want. That you are about to prospect to see if they are a fit with your services, but at the same time, you do it in a respectful way so that they don't get annoyed with you. And how can we do it in a respectful way? We will personalize our first message in a very rudimentary way, but still in a way that allows us to pass the annoyance test, pass the non-annoyance test, so to speak. So what does that mean specifically? I'm going to read you my specific connection message that I've been working with over the last few weeks, and it works really well for me. So I say, hi, name, personalized, of course. Good to be connected. Always exciting meeting other founders working on cool new products and services. How have the last, and then I look at their profile and see how long ago they started their business. How have the last 12 months been since starting business name? I imagine it's been chaotic. This year was insane for me because I changed my business and built my client base and offerings from scratch. There seems to be quite a bit of competition in your space, though. I may leave that sentence out if it doesn't fit. Out of curiosity, has it been a smooth process for you getting interest, getting sales appointments, and landing your first clients? Now that I'm asking a clear question that is clearly connected to my field of work. They also see what I do because my headline is very clear. So I don't get a huge amount of responses. Only about 10% of people, 10, 15% respond. But those that respond are clearly interested. And I'm able to save time on those who are not in the market for me. And so I consider this to be a really effective message, because I would argue that few people will be outright annoyed with it. And why? Because I've taken the time to look at their profile. I use a templated message. Yes, that is true. But I personalize it, and I'm paying them enough courtesy and respect for actually taking a look that they are indeed in my target market, and that I've looked at how long ago they started the business. So in summary, here's why this works well. Number one, it shows courtesy because I've personalized the message with their personal data that is on there in a way that makes it clear that it could not have been automated. You could not automate what I just did, right? It's just way too complex, and you would get way too many messy elements in it, quoting the company name in a weird way and so on. It just wouldn't work. Second, it builds also rapport in admitting that I've had a chaotic year. And number three, it asks a question instead of pitching that, in combination with my headline, makes it clear what I'm about. So this way I polarize my audience really well. I make it very clear what I do, but at the same time, I'm not being annoying to those who are not in the target market. And therefore I can then leave them to become clients maybe at a later stage. So I hope that was useful. Merry Christmas.